And we are back here at the NAR studios in between games, 44-35. You see Nashville with the win over Kankakee McNamara, and right now Bloomington Central Catholic and Quincy Notre Dame are warming up right now, and I'm very much looking forward to this Class 2A state championship game. Quincy Notre Dame last night, Angie, was kind of pulled back because of Nashville and the defense that they played. They want to get up and down the floor. Bloomington Central Catholic wants to get out and run. This could be a track meet.
That's exactly what, Kathy, I was just going to say. I think it's definitely going to be a track meet, and I'm like you. I'm looking forward to it.
And certainly, and the thing about this, both of these teams play good defense too. It's not that you know, they're just running up and down the floor and they don't play good defense. Both play very solid. So maybe we expect to have a high-scoring ball game here today, or tonight. But I'm not sure if we'll see one. You know, I wouldn't be surprised either if it was a lot more low-scoring than what we might expect.
I mean, look at what we guessed in the first game. We thought that was going to be a slow, deliberate game, not a lot of scoring, and you know, it ended up being. But I actually think, though, that it's going to be very high scoring.
We'll see what happens, and we'll take a look at the tale of two cities here for Quincy Notre Dame and Bloomington Central Catholic. Quincy, of course, 39,000, over 39,000, and Bloomington Central Catholic from Bloomington, not far away here from Normal, 64,000. McLean County and Adams County, 718 enrollment for Quincy Notre Dame, 681 for Central Catholic. The Mid-State 6 for Quincy Notre Dame as far as conference. Corn Belt for Bloomington Central Catholic. That's the tale of two cities. We'll take a look at the map. And obviously, when you look at that map, Bloomington did not have to come far to play here. And they're looking for, it took them a long time. Quincy, you see on the map as well. And Angie, it took a long time for this Bloomington Central Catholic team to get back here to Redbird Arena. It was a long drought for them. They had some heartbreakers where they had teams that they expected to compete on this Redbird floor. They didn't get here. Now that they're here, I'm sure they want to take the most advantage of it.
Oh, I think so too. And you know, if you notice the crowd already, I mean, they're going to have a lot of fan support here tonight, considering it's so close. And you know, like we talked about before too, I just think both teams are very well-rounded, and I think this is going to hopefully be a good game.
Yeah, great atmosphere as well. You mentioned a little bit, but a lot of Bloomington Central Catholic fans, the Quincy Notre Dame fans as well. They have a huge student section that they bring, so both the sides are going to have a huge fan base here in Redbird Arena. Should be rocking for this Class 2A state championship. Quincy Notre Dame versus Bloomington Central Catholic. We will pause for these local sponsors. And we are back here at our NAR studios, and we have the Class 2A state championship coming up momentarily. Bloomington Central Catholic versus Quincy Notre Dame. And we're going to take a look at the scoring highs and lows for both of these teams. And for Quincy Notre Dame, unbelievable. 99 points against Greenfield back on January 22nd. And their low, just 39, of course, that being against Nashville last night. So 99 points, amazing.
That is, I mean, especially in a high school game. And
now switching over to Bloomington Central Catholic, they scored 84 points two times, December 3rd and December 12th. And Champaign St. Thomas More, their low, 44 points on February 16th. So again, we could see a track meet. We could see a lot of points scored here in this 2A state championship. We'll see. Coming up, we'll take a network timeout.
The final game of the Class 2A girls high school basketball season, and it's for all the marbles in Class 2A. Bloomington Central Catholic taking on Quincy Notre Dame. And welcome to Redbird Arena on the campus of Illinois State University here in Normal, Illinois. I'm Lee Hall, along with Sherrard head coach Becky Ince, and we are looking forward to this game. It's number 1 against number 3 in the state. Central Catholic, Quincy Notre Dame, parochial schools. They both like to press. They both like to get up and down the floor. Should be a wild one here tonight.
Yeah, all weekend long, I feel like it's been two teams playing different styles. One trying to slow the tempo down, the other one trying to speed it up. It's going to be interesting because both these teams like to run.
Let's take a look at the road to Redbird Arena for both of these teams. First, for Quincy Notre Dame, they had won 14 straight by 20 or more, including all the way through the Super Sectional until yesterday when Nashville made them play their style, but yet Quincy Notre Dame, in the testament to a good team, was able to win, even though that isn't their game, 39-33. Road to normal for Bloomington Central Catholic. Well, it's pretty short on game days at state, but to get here, they had to beat Champaign, St. Thomas More, Bismarck Henning, Olney East Richland, and then another double-digit win over Bishop McNamara yesterday. So Central Catholic hasn't been tested for a couple of weeks now. Quincy Notre Dame got tested pretty well yesterday.
I'm just interested to see, because both of them run that full court 1-2-2. It's just going to be interesting which one is stronger, which one creates more turnovers, and which one is going to convert their defense to offense.
Key players of the game, pretty easy to pick for both teams. First, for Quincy Notre Dame, it's their leading scorer all time in school history, Carly Gengenbacher.
I can't say enough about this kid. She only had 14 points, which is under her average of 23.3, but this kid just gets after it. She's extremely physical, and she is a competitor.
Yeah, she is. She's really struggled at the free throw line, but we saw what she was made of in the final moments last night when she nailed free throws. She had missed them as a sophomore against Chicago Marshall in a loss, but she nailed them last night. Now, for Bloomington Central Catholic, it's their all-stater, Jess Reinhardt, our key player of the game.
I just love watching this kid play. She's very poised out on the court. She had 21 points yesterday. She can play in and out. She's very tough to defend. It will be interesting to see how QND defends her tonight.
All right, and when she has been keyed on in the postseason, her teammates have stepped up and helped out the Lady Saints. Let's take a look now at our keys to the game for the Lady Raiders of Quincy Notre Dame.
They're going to have to focus at the free throw line. This could come down to a game where free throws will matter. I think they've got to get more aggressive in their full court traps. I thought they were a little passive and let Nashville break it last night. They also need to attack the rim, try to get to the free throw line, and get some easy baskets.
Okay, I was listening, but those guys were really trying to distract me there, but I was paying attention. Keys to the game now for Central Catholic.
For Central Catholic, they're going to have to get that inside outlook. They're also going to have to create a lot of turnovers, which they were very successful with last night. I think they've got to control the glass in this game. They're going to have to find bodies and box out and then pursue the rebounds.
It should be interesting. Central Catholic was able to put their stamp on the game last night. Their press worked. Quincy Notre Dame's didn't work so well. We'll see who has the better of it here tonight in our 2A state championship game as Quincy Notre Dame takes on Bloomington Central Catholic. And here for the starting lineups, let's go over to PA announcer Jeff Fritzen.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the starting lineups for the Class 2A State Championship of the 2010 IHSA Girls State Basketball Tournament. First, from Quincy, Notre Dame, number 10, a senior, Claire Obert. From Bloomington Central Catholic, number 4, a senior, Kelly Curran. For Notre Dame, number 12, a senior, Lee McLaughlin. For Central Catholic, number 12, a junior, Allie Norton. For Notre Dame, number 15, a freshman, Cassidy Gingenbacher. For Central Catholic, number 20, a senior, Carly Norton. For Notre Dame, number 22, a freshman, Jordan Frericks. Central Catholic, number 24, a junior, Emily Bioletto. For Notre Dame, number 23, a senior, Carly Gingenbacher. And for Central Catholic, number 31, a junior, Jess Reinhardt. Notre Dame is coached by Eric Orn. They bring a 30-2 record into tonight's game. Central Catholic, coached by Debbie Kaufman, brings a 31-1 record into tonight's game. Your officials for this 2A championship, Dave Butts, Steve Fouch, and Dave Johnson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before our soloist sings our national anthem, we ask you to remember and honor the men and women of the United States Armed Forces serving throughout the world with this moment of silence. Thank you. And now we ask you to join our guest soloist, Allison Spiller, a student at Heron High School, in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, on the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And now, as the players and coaches wish each other good luck at half court, the IHSA Board of Directors and member schools remind you to promote good sportsmanship. All athletes, coaches, students, parents, and spectators should display good sportsmanship. We ask your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Remember to always do what's right.
Another look at the starting lineups for Quincy Notre Dame: Obert, McLaughlin, Cassidy Gengenbacher, and Carly Gengenbacher, and Frericks up front for the Lady Raiders. For Central Catholic, it's Curran, Allie Norton, senior sister Carly Norton Violetto, and the All-Stater Jess Reinhardt, who we previewed in the Open. A lot of state tradition for both teams. It's been a while for Central Catholic. They were last at state in 1990, finished fourth in 83, and had a trip in 1981. For Quincy Notre Dame, they were second in 81, third in 82, won the state championship in 83, won it again in 84 as Quincy Notre Dame rather scores quickly. Carly Gengenbacher with the first bucket of this ball game.
I would assume from last night's game that, Coach Orn really got on his girls. I just thought they played passive and timid and didn't play their style. And right from the start, to get that transition layup there off the jump ball was big.
Reinhardt, nice spinning move. And to complete that thought, Quincy Notre Dame also made a trip to state in 99, and 2 years ago they finished fourth in Class 3A. We mentioned that heartbreaking overtime loss to Chicago Marshall. Carly Gengenbacher missed free throws that would have iced that game her sophomore year, but she iced the game last night at the free throw line to send the Lady Raiders to state. Curran has it bounce off the back of her head as she was playing defense. They call over and back. Apparently it was not tipped. Eric Orn thought it was. And there's a look at that tournament history we were just running through. Eric Orn's team finished fourth here 2 years ago, losing to Chicago Marshall in overtime and Lombard Montini in the third place game. Almost a steal for Frerick. She stepped out of bounds, and it will be Bloomington Central Catholic ball.
The matchups are almost perfectly. I mean, you don't usually see that. They're all similar height. You don't really have that huge body out there, but they're all kind of that 5'9" range.
Jess Reinhardt works on the freshman. Can't get it to go that time. Frericks the rebound. Jordan Frericks averages almost 8 rebounds per game as a freshman. Nice pass inside. Gengenbacher the layup. Carly Gengenbacher averages 24 a game.
McLaughlin already from the start looks like a different player. I know she's right now, she has that bad ankle, but right now when she penetrated and kicked that to Gengenbacher on the block, she definitely didn't look like she had a bummed ankle.
Eric Orn's team hasn't lost since December. The Lady Raiders get it back, and Gengenbacher scores again. She's got 6 very quick points to start this ball game. Curran. Now it's Violetto to Norton in the corner. That was Carly Norton.
the tempo of this game is already so much different than the other ones we've seen this weekend. Both teams like to get after it.
And a charge. Good defensive play there by Jess Reinhardt. Foul was whistled on Cassidy Gengenbacher, her first. And it will be Central Catholic ball. 2 minutes into the first quarter of our 2A state championship game. Lee Hall, Becky Ince, and upstairs it's Kathy Wagner and Angie Krebs. Carly Norton for three, it's off the mark. And Allie Norton steals. Her shot short. Kerr in the rebound. Allie Norton will let it fly again. She won the three-point 2A championship last night, and she hits that three after missing her first one. Lady Raiders attack. And it'll be their ball out of bounds. Yeah, you better not look away from the court tonight because it's fast and furious.
No, and QND seems to be trying to play over the trap. I think they've got to stay down with the basketball and, you know, ball fake and then maybe go over it, but they need to play low against the traps.
Frericks the miss. The Lady Saints bring it up quickly. It's Kelly Curran. Allie Norton will try the three again. Tap out Gengenbacher. Instead, Central Catholic gets it. Jess Reinhardt misses. Carly Norton with the foul. Wow, what relentless effort by the Lady Saints on the offensive glass.
QND's not boxing out. They're just kind of going after rebounds without finding bodies.
And the Lady Raiders turn it over. And we will turn it over to a break. It's Central Catholic with the 1-point lead early in this ball game. And welcome back to Redbird Arena. It's Central Catholic now with the 7-6 lead. All 6 Quincy Notre Dame points coming from Carly Gengenbacher. Both schools with pretty good crowds here tonight, pretty raucous atmosphere. They've got a green suit guy and a blue suit guy, and there's another green suit guy. They're everywhere.
They're pretty noticeable in that orchestrated all white t-shirt that QND's wearing.
What would Mr. Blackwell say about that outfit? I just wonder. Allie Norton for three.
I think QND is going to have to find her sooner. You can tell she wants the ball out there. She's clapping her hands, and you just can't leave her open. She showed that winning the state three-point shoot.
And the block by Carly Norton. 10-6, the Bloomington Central Catholic lead, ranked #1 in the state. Violetto has it rim out. My putts do that all summer. Midway through the first quarter, quickly ahead, Quincy Notre Dame.
There's a nice hustle play there by Carly Norton, coming down and getting a little bit of a tip there.
Kelly Curran, back-to-back state cross-country champ, uses her body there and muscles up the layup. It's a 12-6. Boy, what a quick strike offense for Central Catholic. They were down 6-2. This is a 10-0 run.
And this is a game you're going to see that. You know, I think QND's hoping that they can get a run here going to the style of play they play with the defensive pressure.
Cassidy Gengenbacher has it taken away. Allie Norton, nice pass to Violetto, unselfish play by the Lady Saints. And Eric Orange forced to use a timeout. A 12-0 run by the Lady Saints from Central Catholic. And we expected back and forth. And right now, it's going Central Catholic's way.
Yeah, when I went and watched Quincy Notre Dame in the sectional, I thought Cassidy Gengenbacher did a phenomenal job, stayed very composed, and even last night, I feel like she's a little rowdy. You know, being a freshman against a team like Bloomington Central Catholic, you know, you've got to stay relaxed, and she's got to make sure she's looking for her open teammates, you know, maybe even looking for her sister there to kind of give her some confidence on the offensive end.
Well, it's tough to stay relaxed when you got 2 players flying at you and trapping you. right in your shirt, don't you?
Yeah, and Bloomington Central Catholic does a great job of reading passes, and that's why ball fakes are going to be, you know, essential here. You know, and I just think they've got to be more patient, even though this is going to be kind of a run and gun game for both teams tonight.
You know, we talked about Carly Gengenbacher missing those free throws against Chicago Marshall in 08. We talked to Eric Orn about that a couple of days ago, and he said he hasn't gotten that demon off his back yet.
It's tough as a coach when you have a heartbreaking loss. You know, I don't think any coach is ever satisfied, especially if you're a good coach. You continue to study the game and figure out ways you could have won.
Lady Raiders will need a comeback in this championship game, trailing now by 8 as we approach the 3-minute mark. Gengenbacher, the give to Frericks. Nice pass in there.
A great little head fake by Frericks there. You know, got the defense up, you know, up on that shot and then went in and finished. And a great pass by Gengenbacher.
Freshman Frericks averages 13 points a game. It's a 6-point Central Catholic lead. Reinhardt, the All-Stater, goes to work, and that's why she's an All-Stater. What a move. She's got 4.
That's pretty tough to defend. Frericks did everything she could. She stayed straight up.
Oh, Reinhardt hits the floor hard. They had the turnover, couldn't control it. Now Gengenbacher gets it back. Carly Gengenbacher takes advantage. She's got 8 of the Lady Raiders' 10 points. Well, that's just an indicator, though, of how tough that pressure can be as Allie Norton knocks in another 3. She's got 3 of them. She's 3 for 4 behind the arc.
UND's gonna have to play her tighter. She showed that she can hit that shot and is consistent with it.
19-10. Carly Norton drives. She'll go to the line. The senior sister of Allie.
Carly's been extremely successul with that baseline drive. She penetrates and draws some fouls that way. She's a phenomenal free throw shooter.
Second team foul,
Carly Norton, 10 of 20 at the line on the season. She had 15 points, 6 rebounds, 4 steals last night, and hit 3 threes. This is the first. Makes the second. So true to form, she's 50% on the season, 50% on that trip as Lindsay Stopa, number 11, replaces Emily Violetto.
Bloomington Central Catholic kind of switches things up with their press. Now they're face guarding.
Oh, Carly Norton had it, couldn't hang on.
When officials do kind of come together and realize that they might have made a mistake and they use.
Sometimes they just point the wrong way. I mean, they've got the call right, they just point the wrong way.
And this is going to be an intense game, an up and down game, even for the officials tonight.
Ten-point ball game here. Shannon Foley, number 2 in there for the Lady Raiders.
That was a great catch.
Frericks makes an athletic play, not only to catch, but then score with it. She's got 4. It's Reinhardt the other way. Boy, you better get back.
I think that showed there with that quote in the paper. You can't celebrate, you know, a great move down there by Frericks because Bloomington Central Catholic is coming at you and they're coming down the other end. You've got to get back in transition.
And they get a 10 count.
10-second violation.
They don't always get the steal. Sometimes the other team just can't get the ball across the line in time. They just can't execute against it. And Eric Orn visibly frustrated. You're talking about that quote from Alney East Richland coach Brent McKinney says, they just come at you even if you make a basket, you don't have time to high five, and I quote, you have to bust your butt to get back. And just Reinhardt just did that. 1 minute to go first quarter. It's a 10-point lead for the local favorites, Bloomington Central Catholic. We hear boring from the Notre Dame fans. In a moment, we'll hear scoreboard from the Central Catholic fans. There's a foul on the way to the hoop. Jess Reinhardt will go to the line.
Jess Reinhardt is just a tough player to defend because she's great on the block, and then just shows there how versatile she is because she can penetrate from the outside as well.
Jess Reinhardt at the line with 2 shots.
The foul was on Kate Genenbacher first, and Reinhardt makes the first free throw. Jess Reinhardt over 1,000 points this year. Allie Norton over 1,000 points this year. Making a miss, and it's Central Catholic up 11. They get the ball back on the steal. Curran lays it up and good. Lindsay Stoper with the assist. 25-12. Central Catholic putting on a clinic here. And a whistle before the shot, and a blocking foul will go against the Lady Saints. And Maggie Hayes, that's her first.
I do feel for QND right now that the youth is showing a little bit against this Bloomington Central Catholic press. They're just kind of making some careless passes, and they're going to need a snap at that. And I think they do struggle slowing down.
Nice job working the ball, but they say it went off Carly Gengenbacher, and it will be Central Catholic ball with 27.4 left in the quarter. Shannon Foley back in for the Lady Raiders. Kelly Curran returns, Carly Norton rather returns for the Lady Saints.
Carly Norton returns to the game for Central Catholic.
Alyssa Claney in for Quincy Notre Dame. As Eric Warren tries to give some of his starters a rest here for the final seconds of the first quarter. And Lee McLaughlin is over there. She's adjusting that ankle brace. She's had an ankle problem, sprained her ankle earlier this week. And now the Lady Raiders come up with a turnover and a chance to maybe score here before the quarter ends. But they turn it over. Now they get it back. Frericks, scramble. Look at that. What effort. What an effort. Allie Norton, Claire Obert both battling for it. It'll be Central Catholic ball.
And again, you just see how relentless Bloomington Central Catholic is on those traps. They're never out of them, even in the quarter court.
Dominating performance in the first quarter for Bloomington Central Catholic. They lead it 25-12. We're back at Redbird Arena after this local timeout. Back at Redbird Arena, Bloomington Central Catholic, a 25-12 lead. We mentioned some of the history for both of these schools. In '81, both teams were in the girls' tournament. In Class A, Central Catholic lost in the quarters. Notre Dame took second. In 1983, they were both in the Elite Eight. Central Catholic took fourth. Quincy Notre Dame took first. But this is the first meeting in the Final Four Elite Eight for Central Catholic and Quincy Notre Dame. Two very storied programs in girls high school basketball. Lady Raiders look to get something going here in the second quarter, trailing by 13.
I'm really impressed with Kelly Curran's defensive, stance. She's always down in that stance. She always gets after it. She would be a tough girl to be on yet because she just doesn't ever wear out, and that probably is a contribution of her cross-country skills.
Back-to-back state champion in cross-country. Cassidy Gengenbacher, the air ball. Violetto now back into the ball game. Very unselfish Bloomington Central Catholic team. Our first quarter stats brought to us by Menards. Save big money at Menards, and Central Catholic with those 10 field goals and a 13-point lead. Carly Norton thought about it, gives it inside to Reinhardt. Tough move. I think if she'd have used the glass there, she'd had a chance. And now a nice give to Carly Gengenbacher for 2.
Gengenbacher runs the floor very well. I liked how McLaughlin really pushed the ball, and
Central Catholic pushed it too, and Reinhardt has 9.
I don't think Coach Orn's very happy with the transition game right now. They're not getting back, and Jess Reinhardt is capitalizing on that.
Cassidy Gengenbacher the charge. That'll be her second. Kate Genenbacher back into the ball game. Can we explain that? There are two Gengenbachers with a G in the middle and a Genenbacher. Apparently, about 6 generations ago, there was a family feud, and the Gengenbacher part of the clan added a G to their name. So they're distant relatives.
That's the strangest story I've ever heard.
Talk about family feud. I mean, that's serious business there. It's like Hatfield and McCoy type stuff.
QND right now just does not have an answer for Jess Reinhardt. She's beating him in transition. She's beating him in the half court. She's really showing here tonight why she's an all-stater.
Notre Dame fouls on number 10, Claire Obert. Her first personal 15th foul.
Foul was on Obert. It's a 15th foul. Reinhardt back in the line where she's 1 for 2 tonight. We talked to Debbie Kaufman about Jess Reinhardt. She's laid back, businesslike. Really cerebral approach to the game. But oh so tough out there on that court. She's got 10 of the 28 points, and the Lady Saints have doubled up Quincy Notre Dame, 28-14. Reinhardt got a hand on that one. She's really tough on the back end of that press, too.
And usually, you know, that's where the weakness is in those presses, because your backside doesn't get back, and, you know, she's tough. They just have such athletes out there. They're just an athletic person in each position of that press.
Carly Gengenbacher off the mark from outside, and a rare turnover for Allie Norton. She tried the cross-court pass.
Notre Dame substitute 22,
Jordan Frerichs back in for Quincy Notre Dame, just a freshman.
I know it's easier said than done, but I almost think QND is going to need to slow down once they get the ball across half court and try to get something set up offensively. Maybe get an inside look at Gengenbacher.
They go inside to Frerichs over Reinhardt.
That was great ball movement, found the open girl. Now they got to get some stops on the defensive end to get themselves back in this game.
Reinhardt tries to answer off the glass, and no, Frerichs the rebound. She had a triple-double earlier this year, did Jordan Frerichs. 10 points, 10 boards, 10 assists, and there's an assist. Carly Gengenbacher on the other end of it. She's got 12 of Quincy Notre Dame's 18.
That was just an unbelievable pass. I really don't know how it got through those two defenders of Bloomington Central Catholic. But Gengenbacher, those two just play so well together. You can tell they've been playing together for years. I think they both played as freshmen on the varsity team.
Kelly Curran, a wild shot, ill-advised shot that time. McLaughlin almost lost it. She throws a fastball into the front row right off a photographer. And it'll be Central Catholic ball. Now that pass notwithstanding, we've seen some great passing, and I think as I get older and kind of appreciate the passing more. I mean, you know, you had the Magic Johnson era, and where passing was really emphasized and people really paid attention, but that is such a key part, maybe a misunderstood or overlooked part of the game.
Well, it's usually the player that doesn't get as much publicity. I know McLaughlin is, you know, the school's leading, you know, she leads the school in assists. And again, you don't see that person getting the publicity as you do the leading scorer.
Violetto tries to drive to the hoop, lost it. Here comes Carly Gengenbacher, the All-Stater. Tries to go over Reinhardt. Reinhardt couldn't hang on to the rebound, but Notre Dame loses it out of bounds. And we've got a timeout. It's a 10-point game for Bloomington Central Catholic. We're back at Redbird after this local timeout.
Well, Carly, you know, she's been a great player for us. She's our all-time leading scorer. Usually, she's our table setter. We can get her the ball early in the game. She kind of scores a couple points, gets everybody relaxed, and she's our leader. So, and that's what you expect out of your senior leader. 3-year starter, all-stater this year. You know, I can't say enough good things about it other than the fact that she's going to finish her career here at Redbird Arena.
The other thing Eric Orn said about her, the quote I liked was, she has an uncanny ability to score.
Yeah, and you see that. She can hit the outside shot. She can also make some phenomenal moves down low. And she really runs the floor well, and that's where she's gotten some easy buckets tonight in that transition game.
She's got 12 points. Her team trails by 10. Looking for Reinhardt. Gengenbacher almost Well, she reached around but got away with it, and now Reinhardt turns it over. Gengenbacher trying to run the break here. Ahead to Frericks. Misses the layup. Violetto the rebound.
Those are baskets in a game like this. You've really got to finish.
Are the Lady Raiders sometimes forcing the break a little bit too much, maybe?
They are. They've been successful with it, though. Like I said, some of the passes, I don't know how they've been completed, but
Eric Warren wanted it to go the other way. It will remain Central Catholic ball with 4:10 to go here in the second quarter.
You know, Claire Orbert is not talked about a lot on Quincy Notre Dame, but she really gets after on the defensive end. She doubles down on Jess Reinhardt. Just does some nice things.
Emily Violetto puts it on the floor and puts it in. She's got 6 points. Lady Raider hustle there. That was Shannon Foley getting on the floor, and a couple of more girls get on the floor. It's a tie-up, and it's Central Catholic ball.
Central Catholic possession. Notre Dame substitute number 12.
McLaughlin back in. She talked about that ankle. Said it's bothering me, it hurts, but you know, this is about team, and I'm not going to let them down. And she's out there playing on an ankle that she twisted earlier this week.
She's just a tough-nosed kid. You can tell how she plays and how she competes. I think she's a phenomenal soccer player. You just kind of see that toughness out there as she plays.
She will play soccer at Missouri. Maybe an ill-advised shot there, and she gets tied up, and it will be Notre Dame ball.
Notre Dame substitute 15, Cassidy Gengenbacher.
They go right into the teeth of the defense there. Cassidy Gengenbacher back in for Quincy Notre Dame.
Again, this is where they kind of switch up that, where they start to face guard in that full court press.
Did a nice job of breaking at that time.
A lot of their turnovers are coming once they break it. They seem to be going a little bit too fast down in the half court.
Frericks fouled by Carly Norton. She said, "I never touched her," but the gentleman in the striped shirt disagrees.
Central Catholic foul number 20, Carly Norton.
That's the first on Carly Norton. It's the second team foul on the Lady Saints. Jordan Frericks goes to the line. She's only 41% there.
It's interesting that Bloomington Central Catholic puts Carly Norton on the low block. A lot of times you see more of your post players down there, but she must box out pretty well.
Getting serenaded by the Central Catholic crowd. I couldn't understand what they were singing. They didn't agree with her. She misses both free throws. Carly Norton to Allie Norton. She'll bring it out to Reggie Redbird and reset things here on Doug Collins Court. Allie Norton takes it all the way to the hoop. That's her first 2-point bucket of the night.
It was a great execution of a pick and roll there with Reinhardt and Norton.
Lady Raider turnover. Back to a 14-point Central Catholic lead. That matches the biggest of the game. This is not quite the game I think many people expected. I think expected maybe a closer ball game.
You know, QND just seems to be getting a little bit frustrated.
Quickly ahead to McLaughlin. Bad ankle and all. She beats everybody down the floor.
This is the end of the floor. They've got to really start concentrating on. They've got to get stops if they want to make this a ball game in the second half.
Gengenbacher forced a turnover. I think she's very close though to getting an over the back call. She's reaching around in the post. I think she's going to get whistled for that here.
I think the help side needs to come over more on Reinhardt right now, especially if Gengenbacher is going to front her. Ferg's got to make sure that she's getting in the help side. Otherwise, that lob's going to be deadly.
That's a turnover. Quickly ahead, McLaughlin beats the crowd down the floor again and scores. A couple of fast break buckets here. Makes it a 10-point game. We're under 2 minutes to go in the half. Carly Norton misses from outside. Jess Reinhardt hustles for the rebound. And Carly Norton turns it over. She's kind of trying to force things, but they get it back. Violetto misses. Carly Norton over the back.
I thought QND lucked out there, you know, kind of made an ill-advised pass there in the back court. And then that was a great job, though. You know, Claire Obert really did a phenomenal job of boxing out as well as Ferris.
I think Carly Norton a couple of times has maybe forced the issue a little bit, trying to drive to the hoop.
Yeah, and I think she's been successful with it, so that's why she continues doing that. And against a fast-paced game like this, you know, I think it's easier to make those type of decisions.
And a turnover for the Lady Raiders is their 15th. 9 for Central Catholic. So the quick pace is having its effect on both teams.
I'm really impressed with her hustle.
Claire Obert with the near steal.
She seems to be on the floor every loose ball. She really gets out and gets after it on the defensive end.
There's Obert playing the defense on Allie Norton, making it awfully tough to inbounds the basketball.
The stop here is huge for QND, and again, it'll be interesting to see.
And a foul. Didn't look like he was too sure what he was going to call there. He calls a foul, and it's on Kelly Curran. And that's one of those where when both players are going for the ball and they're not impeding each other, I don't know. That's a tough call.
I actually thought it was a phenomenal save by.
Glad I don't have to make that call.
Yeah, and I think it was going to be QND's ball, regardless of whether it was a foul. I thought Frericks did a great job of getting that save. They make a lot of one-armed baseball type passes.
Cassidy Gengenbacher's shooting woes continue as she airballs it.
Coach Orn, I don't think, was very happy with that decision of Cassidy Gengenbacher. A little bit too quick, especially you're down 10. You could have been down, you know, 8 if you were a little bit smarter, more patient, maybe even holding for one shot.
You got to take the good and the bad with freshmen, don't you?
Yeah, and I think we're seeing that. I think there's some of the youth here making some bad decisions, and against a team like Bloomington Central Catholic, it's easy to do that.
And now a whistle on the floor against Lee McLaughlin.
Fouls on number 12, Lee McLaughlin, her first personal.
That's number 1 on her. Still not in the bonus. So it'll be Saints ball out of bounds with 50.4 to go here in the first half.
It'll be interesting if the officials continue to call that loose ball kind of foul, because both teams really get after and dive after that ball. I think both teams would be fouled out if they continue making that call.
Hayes with it, gives to Violetto. She was bumped by Frericks, got away with it. Loose ball, Reinhardt. And it's a held ball. It'll be Central Catholic ball with 31.8 to play.
Violetto does a great job slashing to the rim, and she's very athletic and usually finishes that. I think there's a little bit of contact there on that shot, but she does do a great job of cutting to the rim.
Kelly Curran makes a nice catch. Violetto from outside, banks it off the back of the rim, and here come the Lady Raiders quickly ahead to Frericks. She gives to Gengenbacher, no good.
Seems to be a lot of bumping going on.
Carly Gengenbacher the follow. And it's an 8-point game.
Well, Coach Orn's really getting his team fired up. A big stop here, not to let him score going into even
Kelly
better.
Curran wasn't looking for the pass. McLaughlin the other way, takes it in, missed. Yeah, it's getting pretty physical out there. There's a state championship on the line.
You know, and it's just pretty cool to see QND continue to fight back, even with that big deficit. You know, they've got to continue believing, and they've played that song a lot today. You know, don't stop believing, and both teams seem to have that mentality.
You're all about journey, aren't you? All right, let's go over to Kathy Wagner. She is with Debbie Cath.
Thank you very much, Lee. And Coach, obviously the first half didn't really end the way you would have wanted, but you had a 14-point lead there in the first half. Felt pretty good about how your team played in the first half overall?
I did. I thought at the end here we didn't run our offense very well. We'll talk about that in the locker room. I think we got a little tired, so we got to get a little bit more subs in. And you know, defensively, that's what's keeping us in the ball game. So we'll work on that at halftime.
And overall, running the offense, though, besides that, the later parts of that first half, are you pleased with that?
Very much so. Just got to come out and play 16 minutes.
All right, well, good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thanks.
Back to Lee Hall.
All right, Kathy, 32-24, our halftime score. And we're back right after this on the IHSA TV network.
And we are back here at the NAR studios at the half. Bloomington Central Catholic over Quincy Notre Dame, 32-24 in this Class 2A state championship game. And we're going to take a look at the highlights from the first half of this one. And we'll have those highlights in just a little bit. Here comes a three. And a great job by Bloomington Central Catholic. They got that three going, and they're known for the three, and they got that going pretty good there in the first half, Angie.
Yes, they did, Kathy. I mean, and we had talked about it before the game started that this was going to be a fast-paced game, but it was. They're not playing out of control.
Three threes at that highlight segment right there already, and then an inside pass for Quincy Notre Dame. Gengenbacher gets the shot to go, and now they get a run-out layup. I think, no, that's not Gengenbacher on that one, but a run-out layup there as well. So Quincy Notre Dame, especially there in that the later stages of that second half, started to get back in the ball game a little bit and cut into that 14-point lead that Bloomington Central Catholic had opened up. But some work to do for Quincy Notre Dame here in the second half against a very good and the top-ranked team in Class 2A. Bloomington Central Catholic on top, 32-24. Back after these local words. 32-24, Bloomington Central Catholic over Quincy Notre Dame here at the half of the 2A state championship game. And we're going to take a look at our stats from the first half, brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. And Angie, both teams shooting the ball pretty well there in the first half.
Well, you know, when you have a fast-paced game like we do right now, a lot of them are layups, and that's why.
3 for 8 from three-point range for Bloomington Central Catholic in the first half was huge for them as well. The rebounding fairly even. Turnovers, 15 for Notre Dame, 10 for Bloomington Central Catholic. Not bad there. And the points in the paint, the advantage goes to Quincy Notre Dame on that. And points, second chance points, nothing that stands out on that. Stats fairly even here in the first half, despite an 8-point lead. As we look at the leaders for both sides, Gengenbacher with 14 for Quincy Notre Dame, and Norton with 11 for Bloomington Central Catholic. Those are your leaders, as you see the other points on there as well. And first half that, again, at times was controlled by Bloomington Central Catholic. Angie, we thought this was going to be a track meet, and the first quarter was more so maybe than the second quarter.
Yeah, it just seemed like they settled down a little bit in the second quarter, but you know, it's going to depend on, you know, which one of these teams can sustain this kind of pace and who can have the most runs.
32-24 is the lead, and we're going to take a network timeout.
And Alyssa Claney of Quincy Notre Dame is our sub of the game, the 5'7" junior coming on for Eric Orn's Lady Raiders. Remember, get any regular footlong for $5 at Subway. Eat fresh.
The play begins in the second half. It'll be Notre Dame possession.
Just about ready to get started here in the second half. Central Catholic, the 32-24 lead. They led by as many as 14. But Quincy Notre Dame showing signs of life there in the second quarter. You look at this, it was 25-12 after one quarter. Quincy Notre Dame won the second quarter, 12-7.
Yeah, and I thought the stats were pretty similar as well. I thought, you know, Bloomington Central Catholic had a few more points off turnovers, but other than that, you know, things are pretty similar. It's going to be interesting to see if the pace continues the same, and it is. I think it's going to come down to who can sustain that, you know, the longest.
And the three-point shooting was maybe the difference. Central Catholic hitting 3 threes. Quincy Notre Dame 0 for 3 behind the arc in the first half. The Lady Raiders will start with the possession and see if they can carry their second quarter momentum here into the third. Number 1 against number 3. Kelly Curran had it for the takeaway, and now Reinhardt gets a hand on it. Allie Norton runs it down for the Lady Saints. She tries to take it all the way and does. Splits the defenders, And Allie Norton has 13 in the first bucket of this second half.
Quincy Notre Dame throws a lot of chest passes and passes through the defense, and you know, as long as Bloomington Central Catholic, as those passes aren't going to be completed.
Junior Allie Norton with a wrap around her right knee. Gives inside to sister Carly. Now Kelly Curran. Allie likes it again. Whoa, what a drive.
That's a great finger roll layup. You don't see that a lot in girls basketball.
15 points for Allie Norton. 3-year starter for the Lady Saints. And it's back to a 12-point Central Catholic lead as the Lady Raiders can't finish. And here comes Allie Norton running the break.
And it just shows, you know, that layup was, you know, missed pretty big by the mark, but you got to give credit to Bloomington Central Catholic's defense. They speed you up, and those are the kind of shots that they want you to take.
And a whistle as Cassidy Gengenbacher hits the deck.
Central Catholic foul, number 12.
It goes against Allie Norton, her first. Alyssa Claney returns for Quincy Notre Dame, replacing Cassidy Gengenbacher. The freshman takes a seat.
QND is going to really have to focus on trying to get a good look here. Get this game within 10 again.
Claney puts it on the floor. Nice pass inside to Frerick. Foul. The basket goes. Does it count? It does. And Frericks will go to the line for the three-point play.
Well, that was great dribble penetration by Alyssa Clean, who's a sub. I think she was a Subway player of the game, actually. Great job penetrating, drawing the defense, and then kicking it to Frericks.
One shot.
Frericks struggles at the line, missed, but the long rebound comes out to Quincy Notre Dame. That foul was on Reinhardt, her first. And the turnover. Carly Norton quickly ahead to Allie Norton. Runs it down. High off the glass. Oh, she got in the roll. I thought she threw it up there too hard, but she got the roll. And the Saints take it away again.
Again, they're so long that you can't throw over the top. And Bloomington Central Catholic is just very effective with their full court press.
Central Catholic forced 29 turnovers and had 17 steals in last night's semifinal against Bishop Mack.
It was a great defensive play by 22. The Fricks, she did a great job reading that pass.
Nice pass by Claney, who's fallen out of bounds. Back to Carly Gengenbacher.
Claney's done a nice job coming in and making some passes to the key players on the team. She's done a great job driving and creating some offense for the Lady Raiders.
10-point ball game. Violetto from the corner, from the elbow, I should say. She's got 6.
You just have so many weapons. And there's not a weak player on the court.
McLaughlin drives, gives to Frericks. Missed the bunny, gets it back, tries again, missed again. And a late whistle goes against Kelly Curran. After the shot.
Central Catholic foul number 4, Kelly Curran, her second personal foul.
It'll be Quincy Notre Dame ball out of bounds, trailing by 12 with 5:06 to go in the third.
QND's really having to work for their shots. Bloomington Central Catholic just does a phenomenal job in the half court as well.
Claire Oberton's 3 is no good, but she runs down the rebound.
She has great hustle on both ends of the court.
Eric Warren calls a set play there on the sideline. The Lady Raiders will go to work. McLaughlin tried it, didn't make it, but they get the rebound. Gengenbacher thought about shooting it, gives instead to Alyssa Claney the miss. Another offensive rebound for the Lady Raiders. Carly Gengenbacher for 3. She's got 19.
That was great patience there from McLaughlin. That was a great assist. You know, she had the open look for the 3, but again, she found her teammate.
Jess Reinhardt, tough one-handed shot. Her first points of the second half. The Lady Raiders quickly the other way. And a whistle and a blocking foul on Jess Reinhardt. That'll be her second foul.
you can see sometimes the frustration of QND because it seems like they get a run, and then it seems like Jess Reinhardt always has an answer. She seems to always respond back when QND gets a huge bucket.
Claire Obert shoots 74% at the line. She was the homecoming queen at Quincy Notre Dame this year.
She really keeps a lot of possessions alive for the Lady Raiders. She really hustles after offensive boards.
And she cuts the lead to 9 as we go to a break. 42-33. Central Catholic with the lead, and we're back after this local timeout. Now, we're not throwing in the towel just yet. We've got 3 more weeks of IHSA basketball coming your way. Next weekend, we're back here at Redbird Arena for the girls 3A and 4A semifinals and finals, and then we move it 40 miles or so down the road to Peoria for 1A and 2A boys, 3A and 4A boys. Wrap it up March 19th and 20th here on the IHSA TV network. A 2A state championship still to be decided here tonight. Hinckley Big Rock went back-to-back in Class 1A. Central Catholic Lady Saints ranked #1, most if not all of this season in 2A, looking to affirm that ranking.
This is interesting. I haven't seen QND go to a zone this season or heard much about it.
Gangenbacher the steal out of that zone and lays it up and good. She's got 21.
I think that was a great decision for Coach Orrin out of that, timeout there, because, Bloomington Central Catholic probably wasn't prepared to come out against a 2-3 zone.
7-point game now.
They're going to have to make sure, though, they stay tight to Allie Norton because she could get hot against this zone.
Lady Saints led by as many as 14 back in the second quarter. Inside to Reinhardt, and a reach over the back goes against Frericks. And that is her first personal.
Reinhardt does a nice job of getting position on that low block.
Allie Norton to Carly Norton. Now Curran works it around the perimeter. Violetto.
QND's going to have to know where the shooters are.
Violetto for 3. Way off. Here come the Lady Raiders. McLaughlin gives the Gangenbacher. Nice catch and finish.
And just a phenomenal feed. Those two play so well together. It's just like automatic. McLaughlin just seems to know where Gangenbacher is, and Gangenbacher does a great job of sprinting in transition.
It's a 13-4 run by the Lady Raiders to get right back in this one to trail by 5. Great transition bucket here. All right, Debbie Kaufman calls timeout. What do you tell your team in this situation?
Well, I think she called the timeout because she's got to get something offensively against that 2-3 zone. I don't think her team expected to come out and have to, face that 2-3 zone. I think she's going to tell them to be patient, and it'll be interesting if Coach Orrin comes out in man or if he stays in that 2-3 zone, because I do think the turnovers were created because it caught Bloomington Central Catholic off guard.
This Quincy Notre Dame offense can be explosive. And it's coming out of their defense right here. They had a 56-game regular season win streak snapped in Game 2 of this season by Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin. And now they've run off, what was it, 20 in a row? We had that graphic earlier. And until last night's win, that was only a 3-point win over Nashville, they had won 14 straight by 20 or more.
QND stays in this 2-3 zone. They do anticipate pretty well, so I'm going to try to be long and make sure they stay out. You see McLaughlin is trying to stay high on Allie Norton.
Important to be patient here. Reinhardt drives, and the whistle goes against Carly Gangenbacher. That's her second foul.
Notre Dame fouls on 23.
QND's gonna have to do a better job of denying Reinhardt the pass there at that high post, because it really breaks down that zone.
There's your friend Claire Obert on the floor again trying to make a play. Allie Norton thought about the three a moment ago. She takes that one. It's off the back of the rim. And Frerichs, the freshman, rips down the rebound. Quickly ahead to Gengenbacher, too quickly from McLaughlin, and it's the 19th turnover of the night for the Lady Raiders. Eric Orn liked the idea, though.
Yep, she sees the floor very well, just a little bit too hard. I thought QND was gonna pay there with, Allie Norton getting that open look. It almost seemed to be NBA range.
Lee McLaughlin showing her soccer skills there that she will use for the Missouri Tigers next year. Inside, Reinhardt works against the freshman and scores. Jess Reinhardt with 14. That kind of stems that run a little bit. McLaughlin tries to get it going again. Violetto had a hand on the rebound. It went off Obert, and it will be Bloomington Central Catholic ball with 1:55 to go here in the third. Central Catholic leading by 7.
I'm surprised QND doesn't do a better job of trying to deny Reinhardt the ball. They play behind her, and she just does a great job turning and facing the basket and making strong post moves. It does look like they have put someone in front of her now.
Allie Norton for 3. She made 7 of 10 in the shoot-off in the second round last night, but she's gone cold here. McLaughlin's ankle gave out. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's not good. Let's see how she is. She sprained that ankle Tuesday in practice. Watch this. Tried to jump stop and
I think she's
just gave out.
I think she's a pretty tough kid. She did roll it again.
You can say she's in some pain and frustration over there. Violetto almost let the 3 fly. See if McLaughlin can come back. Allie Norton will try again for 3, and good shoot. Just keep shooting till they go in. She's got 20. That's her 4th 3 of the night, and it's back to a 10-point game. Kelly Curran got away with a kick there. And that's off Central Catholic. It will be QND ball. Maggie Hayes reports for Central Catholic, replacing Violetto.
And smart play there by Alyssa Clean. She didn't really have anywhere to go with it.
The trainer still talking to McLaughlin. We'll see if she can return for the Lady Raiders, their school's all-time assist leader. They had cut the lead to 5. Central Catholic has answered, and now they get the turnover. And will likely hold for 1 here. Or not, if Reinhardt can get a layup, but she loses it. And the Lady Raiders can't control. It'll be Central Catholic ball with 23.7 left here in this third quarter of the 2A state championship. There's Debbie Kaufman, her 12th year, 8 straight regional titles, 9 overall. And after some disappointments in sectionals and super sectionals, the last 7 years, they finally break through to get to the state tournament. Kelly Curran on the wing. Now gives to Hayes. She's double teamed. And nice job defensively digging into post there by Shannon Foley, but the arrow points to Central Catholic.
Yeah, and you like when kids like Shannon Foley get in there as a sub, and she just kind of was a spark plug there. Did a great job tying up, doubled down on Reinhardt.
Reinhardt tried to make a post-to-post pass, instead turns it over. It'll be QND ball with 7.3 left. Cassidy Gengenbacher, the sophomore, comes back in for Foley.
For Central Catholic, 11, Lindsay Stopa.
Stopa returns for Central Catholic, the long, lean defender. Gengenbacher brings it across half court. And Allie Norton called for the reach with 2.2 to play here in the third. And there goes
Central Catholic foul number 12.
Lee McLaughlin.
Second. Fifth.
Maybe just walking back into the tunnel to see how it feels. She's back there with the trainer. QND, the ball inbounds with 2.2 left. Frericks at the buzzer, no. So it was a 13-4 run by QND to get back in this one. Central Catholic stems the tide. They lead by 10. Here's a look at our stats brought to us by Menards. Save big money at Menards.
Seems like Allie Norton really comes through whenever QND makes a run. She hits a huge three, and she did that, kind of took advantage when McLaughlin had to go and sit on the bench with that sprained ankle. And she, again, then gave her team that 10-point lead.
That's 54% shooting for Central Catholic, 46% for QND. The Lady Raiders get the ball, trailing by 10 here to start the fourth quarter. The 2A state championship on the line. Carly Gengenbacher, the All-Stater, headed to Quincy University to play her college basketball. Frericks, the freshman in the lane, she's fouled. She missed the shot in the lane. She's fouled, she'll go to the line.
It was a strong take there to the rim. She probably wishes that she would have used the glass there and finished.
Lindsay Stopa picks up her first personal. Frericks at the line. 0 of 3 at the line for Jordan Frericks. Violetto, Carly Norton come back in for the subs. Hayes and Stopa for Central Catholic.
Someone's really going to have to step up and be a leader on this QND team with McLaughlin. Just kind of led them out there with the point guard position.
Frericks makes the second. She's got 9 points. And the lead is 9 for Central Catholic. Allie Norton with the ball. Her dad is an associate head coach for the women's basketball team, and Dad's proud of that three. That is her 5th three of the night. And the Lady Raiders promptly turn it over.
And when we were talking to Coach Kaufman, she talked about how most teams, do face guard Allie Norton, and you kind of see why. She gets an open look at the basket. She nails it.
That's 83 threes on the year for Allie Norton. Whatever she finishes with will be the Central Catholic school record. Carly was neck and neck with her until last night. Carly now with 77, so she trails her sister by 6 threes. Allie is up the ante a little bit here tonight.
Yeah, she's hit quite a few of them tonight.
And a whistle and a push against McLaughlin, who's back in there on that sore ankle. Boy, she gets the guts award, doesn't she?
She does. I just don't think she wants to be sitting here for her last game of the season.
Frericks, the freshman, with the steal. She stayed in bounds. McLaughlin, what a bullet pass to Carly Gengenbacher. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's almost automatic. They just seem to be connected.
Oh, what a great effort by Lee McLaughlin. Full speed on that ankle and made an excellent pass. 10-point game. Reinhardt fouled, she'll shoot 2.
Notre Dame foul 23, Carly Gengenbacher, her 3rd personal. 14
fouls on Carly Gengenbacher, her 3rd. Reinhardt at the line
with 2 shots.
2 of 4 there tonight.
You do feel bad for a kid like McLaughlin, who, phenomenal player, and she, again, is limited because of that ankle injury.
$16 points for Jess Reinhardt, the All-Stater, and it's back to a 12-point Central Catholic lead. Carly Gengenbacher, tough shot over the double team. Allie Norton brings it across for the Lady Saints. Man-to-man for Quincy Notre Dame. And an offensive foul against Jess Reinhardt, called for an illegal screen. That's her third.
Central Catholic foul on 31, Jess Reinhardt, her third personal, 7th team foul.
.625 left in this one. It's a 12-point deficit for the Lady Raiders.
They're gonna have to get a good look here.
Cassidy Gengenbacher, hey, keep shooting, kid. Boy, she has struggled, but she got that one down.
Yeah, it was nice to see her knock down a shot there. The game I went and saw, you know, she hit like 3 of them, so it's nice to see her come alive here. QND's gonna need some other players to step up.
She was 1 for her first 12 before she made that one, and now it's big sister Carly Norton, the senior, with the bucket for Central Catholic.
Again, it just seems like Bloomington Central Catholic responds.
So many different girls can score for them. It's just, you know, it's when they tried to take away Jess Reinhardt in the postseason, somebody else has stepped up. They have many weapons, as you've mentioned. Frericks the miss. And almost a steal. And it will be Central Catholic ball as Gengenbacher was out of bounds, but Claire Obert was on the floor again, trying to make something happen.
She's a soccer player as well. I just admire the hustle.
Dialetto looks to make something happen, but throws it away. That's 17 turnovers now for Central Catholic, 22 for QND. Another great pass. Curran got a hand on it and knocked it away. A clean block by Curran.
Coach Orrin wanted some contact on that.
There's Carly Norton from the corner. It's off. Bialetto fights for the rebound with McLaughlin, and it will be Lady Saints ball when we come back. Still time for QND, but not a lot of it. It's Central Catholic by 11. We're back after this local timeout.
Coach Orrin talking about starting off in a man-to-man right now, and they're going to switch on makes to a 1-3-1. As far as when they're bringing the basketball up, he talked about getting some help to those girls that are bringing the basketball up instead of disappearing down the court. When the pressure comes, they need to get help for those ball handlers. Lee?
All right, Kathy, thanks a lot. Yeah, they can't afford any more turnovers. And they got to get some stops here. 4:54 to play.
I think they've really got to make sure that Allie Norton and Carly Norton don't get open looks at the hoop.
Curran throws it away. Here comes McLaughlin with it. The Lady Raiders look to attack. Frericks hands off to McLaughlin off of that high post, and McLaughlin, boy, tough as nails on that bad ankle. Cuts it to a 9-point game.
That was a great play, kind of a fake handoff and then an execution there.
The Lady Raiders get their hands on another one and a Central Catholic foul. Is on Kelly Curran, her third.
You're really seeing the heart here of Leah, you know, or Lee McLaughlin. She is just penetrating and finding the open girl right there. She took the ball strong to the hoop, and now she goes to the free throw line to try to get her team back in this game.
Boy, it can happen in a hurry, can it? Got that double-digit lead, and boom, boom, you make a couple of, like a bad pass, and Lee McLaughlin at the line can make it a 7-point game if she makes them both, but she missed the first. And now it's Gengenbacher with the steal, so the Lady Raiders starting to force the action a little bit here and take the ball away from the #1 team in the state. I almost said clinging to a 9-point lead, and it kind of feels that way.
Yeah.
Kind of feels like QND might be grabbing some momentum here.
QND's gonna have to make some free throws. They just haven't been, you know, very consistent there from the free throw line.
Frericks almost walked. And now it's Carly Gengenbacher. 24 points a game in the corner. Their senior leader. And Eric Warren wants a timeout, not happy with the offensive set that time.
They're pretty stationary, weren't really moving.
All right, back right after this. we're back. It's a 9-point game. Quincy Notre Dame trying to get a little momentum going here. Eric Orrin, though, not happy with that offensive set. Oh, boy. That's quite a look. All right, let's go over to Kathy Wagner.
Thank you very much, Lee. And Coach Kaufman during that timeout said the most important thing is to get back defensively. That's the biggest thing that she talked about there. Also talking about 3 minutes, 3-minute push here to get a state championship. This is what they've worked for. They said all it takes is 3 more minutes of basketball. Lee?
All right, Kathy. Quincy Notre Dame has a little bit to say about that. Frerich's first miss gets the follow and the foul.
You got to appreciate her effort there. You know, missed the bunny. She could have, you know, gave up on it, but again, she stuck with it, and even better, gets fouled.
That's 4 fouls on Kelly Curran. Frerichs goes to the line to try and complete the 3-point play. She's 1 for 5 at the line tonight. That one's short.
Free throws definitely could come back to haunt.
Allie Norton gets tied up by the double team, and the arrow gives it to QND with 3:28 left. 7-point game. Central Catholic seeing things kind of fall apart for them here. They got to get a handle back on it, and they get a little help there from Lee McLaughlin, who throws it out of bounds.
You gotta love the fight from both teams, though.
Absolutely.
You know, neither team has really been in a lot of close ball games this season.
And a good job getting it to Kelly Curran, who brings it across. Bumped from behind and fouled by Claire Ober. That's her second. Only the 15th foul on QND, so it'll be Saints ball out of bounds with 3:15 left.
It looks like they're going to be fronting Jess Reinhardt. Hopefully the help side's there.
Get it inbound for Reinhardt. She looks to work against Gengenbacher. Does, and is fouled, and she'll go to the line. Foul on Carly Gengenbacher is her 4th.
Jess Reinhardt, again, is just tough to defend. She saw that they were fronting, so she went out to the baseline corner, caught the ball, and then took it strong to the rim.
21 points last night, 9 of 9 at the free throw line. Misses that one. Makes that one. She's got 17. It's back to an 8-point lead, and it's Lindsay Stopa coming back into the ball game for Kelly Curran. She has 4 fouls. She'll take a seat. McLaughlin brings it ahead quickly for QND. Drives,
nice.
Give to Frerichs. Nice give. Frerichs with 13. 6-point game.
You would never know that she has a hurt ankle. That was a phenomenal play. She doesn't really look for her own shot. She's always looking for her teammates.
Allie Norton picks up in a tough spot, and Jess Reinhardt is fouled by Carly Gengenbacher, and that's going to be it for Carly Gengenbacher.
Then fouls on 23, Carly Gengenbacher. That's her 5th personal foul. Gengenbacher fouls out.
And a tough way for it to end for Carly Gengenbacher. She kind of stands at half court in disbelief. She finishes with 25. She'll get a big hand from the Quincy Notre Dame crowd, the all-time leading scorer in Quincy Notre Dame history.
This is just when, you know, the team is going to have to step up. That's, you know, their leading scorer and their key player, but some other kids are going to have to step up and respond.
Reinhardt back at the line. She makes the first. She has 18 points. Missed 4 games earlier this year with a concussion. And Central Catholic lost their only game of the year when she was out. They have not lost. They've had all their players healthy. Back to an 8-point game.
Going to kind of a quick offense here. 1-4 low. McLaughlin might have got bailed out there a little bit.
Whistle against Central Catholic will go against Lindsay Stopa.
Foul number 11, Lindsay Stopa, her second personal, 10th team.
Sends McLaughlin to the line, as Becky mentioned earlier, QND's all-time assist leader. Had 12 assists in a game earlier this year against Clark County. 55% free thrower makes the first. She's got 7 points.
Right now, QND's shooting 33, now 40% from the free throw line.
Kelly Curran back in for Central Catholic. Shannon Foley returns for QND. McLaughlin misses the second. The Lady Raiders control. And a kick, and it will be QND ball. Or is it? Oh, he's calling for the sub in. Okay, I thought he was pointing the other way.
Bringing Cassidy Gegenbacher back in. She's a 3-point shooter for them.
2:27 left. It's a 7-point game. Notre Dame's leading scorer on the bench with 5 fouls. Carly Gegenbacher fouled out with 25 points. McLaughlin tries to give it to Frericks, and a tie-up. It will be Central Catholic ball point. Man, oh man, what a battle for that basketball. Look at the effort as they try and control this basketball. Man.
Defensive, offensive rotation here.
And Kelly Curran forced to call timeout to avoid the 5-second count. 57-50, 2:14 left in this one. Eric Warren's team right in it after trailing by as many as 14 earlier in this game, but it's a pretty big hill to climb without Carly Gegenbacher.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented for the exclusive entertainment and non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use of this program without the express written consent of the Illinois High School Association and cost broadcast sales is strictly prohibited.
Yeah, the man in green is everywhere tonight, isn't he? It was funny the other day when we talked to Debbie Kaufman. None of the coaches could agree on how many plays they have. She says, well, we have a lot of sets. I said, well, how many?
I think it came down to 27.
Yeah, well, they've got so many inbounds plays, so many sideline out-of-bounds plays. What do you think she'll be looking for here now? How do you attack this press?
In that timeout, it looked like she was showing how to relieve being face guarded. She showed the, cut up and cut back, look for the deep pass, because especially since there is nobody deep for QND guarding the basket.
Allie Norton to Bioletto, and called for the travel. Turnover number 22 on Central Catholic.
I wonder if there's been many games where they haven't had Carly Gegenbacher to go to.
Yeah. This is little Sis, the freshman. Wow, wild shot goes. 57-52. It's been a while since it's been this close. It's 42-37 in the third after that 13-4 run by QND to get back in the ball game after trailing by 14. And Allie Norton whistled for the 5 count. Debbie Kaufman can't believe it. Seemed like an awfully quick 5 count.
It did. Claire was really pressuring her, though, and really getting after her. Claire Obert, that was.
Here's McLaughlin. Frericks picks it out of midair and scores. 57-54, three-point game.
Gotta just love the energy from both teams and just the, relentless fight to not lose this game. You can tell this is just what a great state championship.
Lady Saints almost turn it over again. Curran now breaks the double team. Up, and she'll go to the line. Strong take that time by Kelly Curran.
Looked like just a little bit of miscommunication. The defensive rotation for QND was off. Gave her the open look at the rim.
Kelly Curran at the line. She's a 67% free throw shooter. Hasn't shot one tonight, but makes that. Two-time cross-country champ. She's been in pressure situations before.
And I thought this game could come down to free throws, and it kind of seems like that's what it could come down to.
Bounces the front of the rim and good. 5-point lead for the Lady Saints. Ober gives to Cassidy Gengenbacher. The three is no good. And chased down by number 5, Alyssa Claney. And Eric Horn was timeout. 1:08 left in this one. It's a 5-point game, and it's anybody's game right now. All right, what are they talking about?
I think Coach Orrin is going to maybe want to go with a quick 2 here. Try to penetrate, kind of go to that 1 for a low look that they did with McLaughlin, penetrating, either take it herself or get the kick. And you also have the outside kick to Gengenbacher for a 3. Right now I think, Coach Kaufman is just talking about, playing smart. They're going to have to make some free throws down the stretch here because obviously they're going to need to be fouling quickly here, QND.
It's an amazing game. It's just an amazing game as one team can just seemingly control it, and then it just goes away that quickly.
There's so many times where it just seems like Bloomington Central Catholic is in control of it. And, you just got to love the fight from QND. I mean, right now they are fighting back without their leading scorer, the all-time school's leading scorer. It's truly phenomenal to see girl athletes competing like this.
Quickly, let's go to Kathy Wagner.
Oh, they're looking to set up a play, and if they can't get the inside, they're trying to get something inside. If they can't get the inside, they're looking for an outside 3.
Okay, Kathy, thank you. We approach the 1-minute mark. McLaughlin picks up her dribble in a tough spot, gets it to Gengenbacher. Cassidy, the freshman, off the glass, and no, Bioletto the rebound. And a foul down in the corner will go against, I believe, Frericks. It is on Frericks. It will send Emily Bioletto to the line. The 5'8" junior is a 52% free thrower. Little short, couldn't get the roll. Under a minute to go now. QND down 5 with the ball.
Going to that 1 for low look.
McLaughlin the drive, the scoop, it's good! 59-56, 3-point game, Saints inbounds. Allie Norton with it, she gets double teamed. Gets across the half-court line to Kelly Curran, and she's fouled. Woo, mercy. We have got ourselves a game.
Allie Norton did a great job of getting out of that trap. I thought she was kind of in a critical position there as being so tiny in that long trap there. She did a nice job of finding her teammate Curran on the sideline.
What a scoop shot by McLaughlin. And now Kelly Curran at the line. 2 of 2 there tonight. 67% on the season. That one's no good. It's double bonus time, so luckily for the Lady Saints, she gets another shot at it.
You start to see her get a little tighter there at the free throw line.
Nails the second. 2-possession game now, 60-56. McLaughlin looks to create again, and does. They don't want to foul her, so they just let her drive. Inbounds to Allie Norton, and she's fouled with 18 seconds left.
And just again, what about the heart of this Lee McLaughlin? You know, she's just refusing to let her team lose right now.
That's a gutsy performance, no matter what happens in this game.
I would assume this is a kid that likes to be in these situations, Allie Norton.
Allie Norton, her dad is an associate coach here at ISU for the women's team, Randy Norton. She shot a lot of free throws on this floor before.
Seems pretty smooth there.
Makes them both. 25 points for Allie Norton and a 4-point lead. McLaughlin will try the three this time, just short. Frericks, the offensive rebound, throws it back up, won't go. Allie Norton gets the rebound, and she's fouled. My, oh my. McLaughlin tried the three, and it didn't go, and Allie Norton will go back to the line. Her dad's team, the Lady Redbirds, clinched a third straight Missouri Valley Conference championship on this floor earlier this week. Her team is 5.2 ticks away from a state championship. Now I want to correct something I said last night. Number 32, Julie Rose in. She is not the German exchange student, and I apologize for that. That's Rose Froelich is the German exchange student, and I apologize for that. Curran, meantime, makes both free throws. Norton, rather. Can't keep anybody's name straight tonight.
Lee McLaughlin goes out. What a fun kid to watch tonight. You know, with that bummed ankle, and again, you just think how good she would be with a good ankle. She was, you know, really fighting for her team tonight.
Eric Orn gets a couple of his girls into the ball game. J.C. Cornwall, number 24, now with it. And the Central Catholic Lady Saints hang on and win their first ever girls state basketball championship, 64-58 the final. Tears of joy for Debbie Kaufman, her 12th year at Central Catholic. The naysayer said, could she win the big one? They lost, the last 7 years, they lost 4 sectional finals, 3 super sectionals, but they get the job done here. #1 in the poll and #1 at the end of the season. And a lot of tears of another kind for the ladies in blue. And those fans, Quincy Notre Dame, boy, what a valiant effort. They just come up a little short tonight.
Yeah, it was truly an amazing state championship game. You know, Bloomington Central Catholic to be, you know, state ranked, you know, won pretty much the majority of the season this year, and to hold on to that and hold on to the run that QND was making at the end shows the character of that team, and I'm really impressed with QND's fight.
All right, let's go over to Kathy Wagner. She's with Debbie Kaufman.
Coach, state championship, first in school history, first for the city of Bloomington, a girls basketball championship. I know it took a lot to get to this point, but your girls got it done in a hard-fought game today.
They did. It feels great. These girls are awesome. We deserve this. The program deserves it. The tradition of all the girls that have played before these girls and all the girls to come. We've worked very hard to get where we are, and I'm so proud of this team.
And a great job down the stretch to make free throws. It came down to that. You wanted to salt it away, and the girls stepped up and made some free throws, including our country financial player of the game, Allie Norton.
We wanted the ball in Allie's hands. She had an awesome game tonight. She really pulled it through for us.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
And we are talking now with Allie Norton, our country financial player of the game. 27 points, 7 assists as well. The last 4 free throws down the stretch, and just an unbelievable game. What does it feel like to be a state champ?
It feels amazing. You know, this was our goal all year, and to finally accomplish it, it's amazing. I can't even explain the feeling.
And it certainly was difficult. Quincy Notre Dame did not give up. They gave you all you handled, all you could handle down the stretch, but you guys made the plays down the stretch too to get the win.
You know, they're a great team. We knew that it would be a hard game, and you know, they kept in it. Although we were up the whole game, but it felt like it was close the whole time, and you know, we just pushed through it and we made it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was Allie Norton. Send it over to Lee Hall.
All right, Kathy Wagner, thank you very much. Well, Becky Ince, very quickly, your thoughts on this game.
you know, I just think this was, you know, just a great girls basketball game. I think for younger girls watching tonight, it just shows how competitive girls can be and just the relentless effort from both groups. You know, both teams, again, you've got the tears of disappointment because, you know, they lost, but again, the effort was there, and then the tears of joy is because a team that deserved this.
It's trophy time. Let's go over to PA announcer Jeff Fritzen.
Now, fans, we direct your attention to the court for the presentation of the first and second place team and individual awards for the 2010 Class 2A Girls Basketball Championship. Presenting the individual medallions and team trophies are members of the IHSA Board of Directors, including Vice President Ron Connor of Clinton, Dr. Jeanette Knuckles of Normal Community, and Greg Bradley of Mount Zion. At this time, please meet the Lady Raiders of Notre Dame High School, who finished the season in second place with a final record of 30 wins and 3 losses. First meet the principal of Notre Dame High School, Ray Heilman. Athletic Director, Bill Connell. Trainer, Jay Zanger. Head coach, Eric Orn. Assistant coach, Randy Clampett. Assistant coach, Lori Vogel. Assistant coach, Mark Longo. And the Lady Raider squad members, number 1, Gracie Barnes. Number 2, Shannon Foley. Number 3, Mackenzie Little. Number 4, Quintessa Keating. Number 5, Alyssa Cleany. Number 10, Claire Obert. Number 12, Lee McLaughlin. Number 14, Kate Ginnenbacher. Number 15, Cassidy Gingenbacher. Number 20, Katie Croder. 22, Jordan Frericks. Number 23, Carly Gingenbacher. #24, J.C. Cornwell. 32, Julie Rose. 33, Lexi Neiman. Number 45, Tori Stark. Number 21, Tori Kuhn. And number 31, Ariana Rigg. At this time, please meet the Saints of Central Catholic High School, who finished the 2009-10 season in first place with a final record of 32 wins, 1 loss. First meet the Superintendent of Central Catholic, Father Hinahan. Principal, Joy Allen. Athletic Director, Doug Atkins. Trainer, Ashley Kingston. Head coach, Debbie Kaufman. Assistant coach, Mindy Smith. Assistant coach, Rachel Galligan. Assistant coach, Sherry Mitchell. Assistant coach, Jason Davis. And the Saints squad members, number 4, Kelly Curran. 11, Lindsay Stopa. Number 12, Allie Norton. 15, Danielle Davis. Number 20, Carly Norton. #21, Kathleen Alkire. 22, Maggie Hayes. Number 23, Morgan Smith. Number 24, Emily Violetto. 31, Jess Reinhardt. 32, Megan Shoemaker. 35, Lee Hoffman Instone. 52, Caroline Fox. And number 53, Allie Means. Next, will Coach Orn and the captains of Notre Dame High School please step forward to receive the Class 2A second place trophy. And now, will Coach Kaufman and the captains of Central Catholic High School please step forward to receive the Class 2A first place trophy.
All right, what a ball game. 64-58. Bloomington Central Catholic Lady Saints win their first state championship in program history. And boy, what a great effort tonight. I'll never, ever forget the effort of Lee McLaughlin in this ball game tonight for QND. Boy, you know, they were down 14 and came back and fought right till the end.
You know, it's tough now for them, you know, a lot of tears because they fought so hard and the effort was there. But this is just a memory that they're going to remember for a lifetime. Many teams dream of getting to this spot, and they bring home this second place trophy, you know, to their community. And I think it just, you know, the fight there, they could have given up when they got down, when a lot of teams would have, and they didn't.
Yeah, a couple of great football programs, too. As we look at our final stats brought to us by Menards, save big money at Menards. Field goal percentage, 55% for Central Catholic for the game, and 48% for the Lady Raiders. 5 of 14 for Central Catholic. Those three-pointers sure came in handy in the long run there, didn't they?
They did, and Allie Norton hit quite a few of them.
And look at the defensive effort. 48 turnovers altogether in this ball game. That just relentless defense, that's what it'll do for you. And we saw what it did to Central Catholic, even though they had really controlled much of the game. When you pressure people, it bothers you.
Yeah, and especially down the stretch there, you know, everyone got kind of tight and they started getting careless with their passes. But, you know, Bloomington Central Catholic they did what they needed to do to win that state championship.
I love what Debbie Kaufman said to her girls. This is for the kids who've made this tradition. It's not just for this team. It's for the kids that make the program what it is. and for all the little kids that look up to you. There's little girls in the stands that are really, this is going to be a big thing in their lives too.
And you always tell your girls, you know, there's a poem called Little Eyes Upon You, and you always talk about how you are setting the tradition. You are playing even for those younger kids that look up to you. And, you know, QND, they need to walk off the score with their heads high because they showed what it's about and how you don't give up no matter how down you get. And, you know, Coach Bennett said it perfectly. There's life lessons, and, you know, all of us learn that through sports.
Well, it's a great weekend, a great fun weekend of basketball, and it's capped by a really great 2A state championship game. Becky Ince, a pleasure. Best of luck to you in softball season. We appreciate it. For Becky, for Kathy Wagner, for Angie Krebs, Lee Hall, saying so long. For all of our crew here, the great men and women that bring this state championship right into your living room, our thanks to them as well. We will see you back here next week for 3A and 4A girls basketball. And that's going to do it for us. So long from Redbird Arena, and we will talk to you next week. And we'll send it now to one final local break.